Mulligan. No, not yet, Mr. Monero. But should have been here over an hour ago. No, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, sir. I got my best driver on.
Hey, who's hungry? You don't mind stopping, do you? My girlfriend's dying to see me.
I told you I never wanted to see you again.
Well, I know you did, Laura. I just want to talk to you.
I'm finished talking, Ricky. I don't want to talk anymore. Good night, girls. See you tomorrow.
Well, wait, Laura.
I can't believe you brought that car here. You know, it makes me sick.
Laura, I had to bring it. I got to get it back to Mr. Mulligan's. He's waiting for it. I just wanted to get here before you left. That's all, Laura. Laura.
Ricky, don't. I mean, it's not like you're a bad guy or anything. It just isn't going to work for us.
Well, are you sure? Okay, well, look, let me give you a ride home, okay? It's late, and you shouldn't be walking around by yourself anyway. Okay. I can change, Laura. I've already changed. Have you noticed the change?
You don't have to change, Ricky.
Okay, I won't change. I'll just stay the way I am.
Ricky!
What? Well, what's the matter? What's the matter?
There's a body in there!
It's okay, he's dead.
Leave me alone, just leave me alone.
Wait a second. How'd that blanket come off?
Don't talk to me.
You know, it looks not as sealed as it did before. Hey, were you kids screwing around with Mr. Ramirez?
Ricky, you're not gonna open that thing.
You know, Laura, you have this irrational fear of dead bodies. I mean, if you just touched one, you'd get over it.
Ricky, please don't do that. Ricky, please.
Mr. Ramirez!
She came to Earth from another world. On the trail of a deadly alien that devastated her race. She was armed with strange powers of the mind and body. He came from the streets. A tough homicide cop who plays by his own rules. By joining forces, they stopped the deadly alien. Now they work together whenever something mysterious, something dangerous, something exciting is out there.
Roslyn.
Jack, is that you?
Who is this?
It's Cousin Ricky, Jack. I didn't wake you, did I?
I know it's late, Jack, but he's your cousin. You can help him this one time when he needs you.
There is no one time with Ricky. Perfect example, the guy's running out of gas constantly. He used to call me about every 2 weeks, you know, for help. And he would always say the same thing. You know, Jack, I gotta gas up more often. 2 weeks ago by, I get another call. I mean, how do you do that?
He sounds forgetful.
Well, he's not a bad kid. It's not like he does his things on purpose. He's just the kind of guy that loses dead bodies. Not on purpose, but he loses them.
By the way, Jack, I looked into your financial records today.
What records?
You were complaining about how the bank lost
I
that
wasn't complaining.
$300 deposit of yours?
I was just saying to her.
Well, since you were saying it so often, I dialed into your bank's mainframe computer, and luckily they had a utility program functioning.
I didn't know you could do that stuff.
You make it sound so difficult. Anyway, as far as I can tell, your $300 was spent 6 weeks ago. On a compact display?
That's right. I never put it on my checkbook. I must have forgotten.
It must be a family trait.
Jack, you made it. How were the directions?
Wonderful.
Oh, is this who I talked to on the phone, Jack? Did we talk on the phone tonight?
Yes, we did.
So what? You guys shacking up now, Jack?
Shacking up?
We're not shacking up. This is Tara.
I'm Jack's cousin.
No kidding, you're Jack's cousin? That's wild, Jack. This is like Truth or Consequence where Bob Barker reunites relatives that haven't seen each other for 40 years.
Except that we never met before.
Well, except for that, Jack, it's the same thing. I think it's got to be grave robbers. Well, it's not a grave, but casket robbers. What do you say, Jack?
I don't know yet. Now, you want to slow down, Ricky? You know, it's one thing that you call me up every time you get in trouble. How come it's always in the middle of the night?
What, Jack, you're still not mad about that floating crab game? We were just trying to make some extra money for what's left to get out of that hole.
I'm a cop, Ricky. Now, it's one thing to get busted. To say that I'm your partner.
I just thought if I dropped your name, I could save everybody from the embarrassment.
Well, you did. Now, do you know what a moron you made me look like?
Well, geez, Jack. I mean, if I would have known you would have gotten in any trouble, even a little bit, I never would have done
You
it,
gotta
Jack.
think, Ricky. You don't think enough.
Okay, I swear I will, Jack. I swear.
At his age, he must learn how to think. I mean, how incredible that something like this can happen.
No.
You the cop?
Who are you?
Manuel Ortega, the manager. Look, I'm losing business, man. Everybody sees that casket like that, they think somebody died eating my food.
Well, I told him, Jack, it was official police evidence, but he didn't want to listen.
Just move the car.
I can do that? I mean, I can move it?
Move the car to the side.
Okay, Jack, if you say so. Are you sure you don't want to check with your boss, make sure it's
Move
all right?
the
Okay,
car.
I'll do it.
This is fascinating, Jack. From the moment you came into contact with Ricky, all your synapse responses shifted.
Shifted out, what do you mean?
Well, on the ride over, you were concerned, worried, and now you're upset, frustrated. I'm sure your blood pressure is rising.
Hey, Jack!
I mean, what a bizarre response to someone you care so much about.
Yeah, I can't get enough of them. What?
Jack, I ran out of gas again.
You sure there was somebody inside this thing? You just didn't pick up the wrong box?
Jack, I can tell the difference between an empty casket and one that's got a stiff in it. I'm a professional, Jack, like you.
What is this?
That's the crank hole. You crank it until you feel it till it's really tight. Otherwise, you don't want to know what gets inside, Jack.
You're right. I don't want to know.
Yeah, but you don't got to worry about that stuff anymore, Jack. With new models, they're airtight. If you want my opinion, Jack, I suggest the C29LE. It'd be a great choice.
Did you hear me ask for your opinion? Now, I'm going to phone this in and get a couple of black and whites down here. All you got to do is file a police report.
Can I do that tomorrow, Jack? I want to get Mr. Ramirez's casket back to Mr. Mulligan.
You're not going to take anything back. This is going to be impounded. It's evidence, Ricky.
Well, I know, but... Listen, Jack, I just don't want the cops waking him up telling him I lost the body.
Can't you just tell him yourself?
I really appreciate you giving me a ride to Mr. Mulligan's, Jack.
Forget it. All right, now, whoever opened this casket had a special piece of equipment, right?
That's right, Jack.
So this thing would have to be planned. Somebody probably followed you from the airport.
Oh, yeah, that's good, Jack. That's real good. Now we're
What
cooking.
about his organs? It's not like somebody could get anything from him.
Mr. Ramirez was pumped full of John DeFlo, Jack. You know what that stuff does to your kidneys?
I don't want to know.
Boy, you are really something, Jack. I mean, here he is. He's a cop. He's pulling dead bodies out of dumpsters every other day, and he's got this thing about funerals. Did you know that about Jack? He's got this thing about funerals?
No, what kind of thing?
It's nothing. There's nothing to it, all right?
There is too, Jack. Like when Grandpa Norris died, there's an open casket. We spent the whole day on the porch at Grandma's. He wouldn't even come in and look at him.
You actually put a lifeless body in display before burial? For what reason?
To make everybody miserable. Now, I just didn't want to see him like that, all right, Ricky?
Why, Jack? He looked good. He had his best suit on, favorite tie.
I know that, Ricky. That's why. I mean, I have memories of Grandpa Norris. Well, I didn't want the last one to be of him lying there with his face made up in some box. Now, what about this Ramirez guy? What do you know about him? Is he connected? Maybe there was a point to prove.
I don't know, Jack. I mean, I just know his flight number. Mr. Mulligan probably knows. Hope Mr. Mulligan doesn't fire me from the job for this.
You like this job, don't you, kid?
What's not to like, Jack? You know I love to drive. Mr. Mulligan lets me take the Hearse home every single night. You know, I heard that some VPs from IBM don't even get a company car.
This Mr. Mulligan must really like you.
You think so? I hope so. Oh, you ought to see him work, Jack. I mean, if something should ever happen, God forbid a billion times, he could make your face look very presentable. You know those circles under your eyes? Gone, Jack. Never had them.
Maybe you can make an appointment with Mr. Mulligan now, Jack.
And you know that I'm the closest thing to a son that Mr. Mulligan's got? I mean, he's got two other sons, but they went away to college or something like that. They don't want to be in this business. I just want to make Mr. Mulligan proud. I don't want to let him down, Jack. Jack? Jack, that's him, Jack. That's Mr. Mulligan.
He certainly keeps long hours.
Maybe he already knows. Maybe he's found out and he's gonna fire me.
He's not gonna fire you, Ricky. It's gonna be fine.
Okay, Jack. Jack, it was really nice, and thank you very much for helping me out. Even though I know you're still mad about that crap game and everything. It was really nice meeting you, Cousin Tara. Bye.
It's like setting Elsa the lion free.
Go ahead, Jack. I know you want to go.
I'm not gonna go.
You're standing here thinking about it. You don't want him in trouble. Just go.
I am not going.
Ricky!
Come on. Maybe I can help you smooth this thing
Are
out
you
with Mr.
kidding?
Mulligan.
You kidding, Jack? You do that for me? You're the best, Jack. You are really the best.
Come on.
You didn't lock the doors, Ricky? You didn't watch the car? I mean, you were responsible for someone's husband, someone's father.
I'm really sorry, Mr. Mulligan.
Yeah. When am I going to get my casket back?
Well, I figure sometime tomorrow. They're just gonna go to the lab and check it out to make sure there was a body there.
Check it out how? What are they going to do?
Well, we'll dust it for prints, check inside for fibers. Why? Is there a problem?
It's a very expensive casket. I mean, if something happens to it, I don't know what I'm going to tell the Ramirez family as it is.
Are they in town? Because I really would like to speak to them.
They're coming up after the casket. The funeral isn't until next week.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. It's getting late. I'll stop by tomorrow, and you can let me know how to get in touch with them then.
I'll be here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be here too, Jack, if you need me. Right, Mr. Mulligan?
We'll, talk in the morning, Ricky.
What do you think, Jack? I think it went pretty well.
Wonderful.
Hey, Jack? Hey, Jack, you up? Hey, Jack, I didn't wake you up, did I?
What time is it?
Well, Jack, it's almost 7. Hey, Jack, you know what a restless sleeper you are? Maybe you should look into that deluxe interior package on that C-29.
You leave me alone, Ricky.
Jack, listen, I gave this a lot of thought. And if I can deliver Mr. Ramirez's casket and the hearse, I can get back in Dutch with Mr. Mulligan.
The lab technicians don't even get until 9 o'clock. Now, leave me alone.
No kidding, Jack? They're not open 24 hours? What if there's an emergency? Well, that's okay, Jack. Listen, you just sleep tight and I'll catch a ride with Cousin Tara, okay? Are you from Jack's side of the family? Because you don't look like you're from Jack's side of the family. Jack's side of the family's kind of tall, kind of dark.
You talk about the family tree all day. I want to lift to work.
I thought you wanted to sleep, Jack.
No, I am fine. What is it you're up to, Tara?
Oh, I picked up some trace elements from touching the inside of the casket last night. Mostly a C2H, 5OH compound. At least it's something.
Well, what is it?
I believe you would refer to it as cologne.
Hey, isn't this great, Jack? It's kind of like having your own Mr. Wizard, huh? Hey, Jack, do you think I would have made a good chemist?
Too tough to call. You know what I'm saying. Look, let me ask you something, kid. You ever put, like, cologne, on the bodies?
Not usually, Jack, no. Do you think this cologne belongs to the guy that stole Mr. Ramirez?
Well, it could be, and if it's a custom-made cologne only for one store, for one guy, then we got a real shot at nailing this guy.
You needn't be so sardonic, Jack. I'm only trying to help out in a case with an absence of any legitimate clues.
You're right, I'm sorry. I'm just tired for some reason. You ready? Where are you going?
With you and Ricky?
Why? What for?
Oh, Ricky told me he had a bitubular ionoscope at his office. I've been searching for one for weeks.
Yeah. We got one of those, Jack. So what side of the family did you say you're from, Tara?
I didn't say, actually.
It's a little complicated, Ricky, and what difference does it make?
Well, I just want to know, Jack. You know what a family kind of guy I am.
Okay. Do you remember Pop's Uncle Ziggy?
I don't remember any of
Well, that's the
Ziggy.
side of the family she's from. No, I don't know what else to tell you. So, Tara, what's the deal on that C2 cologne stuff that you found?
There's no deal, Jack.
Who is Uncle Ziggy?
Actually, I analyzed a number of your colognes, and the closest aromatic resemblance was to one labeled Jardin. Do you know Jardin?
Yeah, I know Jardin. It figures that's the cheap stuff Vic gave me for Christmas.
Hey, was Ziggy his real first name?
What time's this guy Mulligan get in? I want to get some information on Ramirez.
He's at his desk right now. Cup of black coffee, bear claw. Same routine. 7 years.
What a surprise. Mulligan drives a black car.
Oh, that's not Mr. Mulligan's car. I don't know whose car that is, Jack.
Look, this lock has been busted in. Ricky, take my car, drive it across the street. Wait for me there.
Okay, Jack.
Now.
Okay.
Go with him.
Go in there. Don't go don't try. Oh, man.
Jack? Are you here, Jack?
Oh, man, look at this place. Do you see this? Mr. Brewster, what happened to you? Jack? Oh, no, Oh, Jack, Jack, don't be dead. Do not be dead, Jack.
He's not dead, Ricky. Now calm down. Be careful, Jack.
Oh, Jesus, Jack, you scared the hell out of me. I thought you were, like, dead.
I think I might be better off.
You've got a severe bruise on the skull. But you're well off considering. Did you see anyone?
No, I got hit from behind. What about that car outside? Anybody drive it away?
It was gone when we came looking for you, Jack. They must have gone out the Shady Lane exit. Man, look at this place, Jack. Mr. Mulligan's gonna have a fit.
What is it? What is it, Tra?
This cologne compound I found in Mr. Ramirez's casket. It's present here, Jack.
Well, that means whoever snatched Ramirez was here, too.
Devil worship. Maybe it was devil worshippers, Jack.
I think they're into blood, not embalming fluid, Ricky.
Would you look at this? This was Mr. Nelson's favorite suit. That jacket's a gun, and we can't fix that, Jack.
Got it. Thanks, Dusty. Well, your casket checked positive for a passenger, Jack. Male, 6 feet tall, black hair, wore a blue sport coat. What about other local funeral homes? You checked them out?
Well, they're fine. All their little corpses are neatly tucked away in refrigerators.
What's the matter with you, Jack? I know it wasn't a pleasant sight, but you've seen bodies in worse condition.
Yeah, but it was the first time I've ever seen one hacked up that smiled at me.
Look, Jack, I know how you feel about this, but, you want me to turn the case over to Spivak?
No, what's that? What are you talking about?
Well, your phobia about dead bodies.
What phobia? I don't have a phobia.
Well, it's no secret, Jack. Everybody's got something like that.
Yeah, well, that's not what it's all about. It's my cousin. I want to help him out.
I know. I just don't know why. This is the same banana who got you reprimanded on that, that floating crap game last month, right? Yeah.
I know, the kid's a screw-up, Vic, but... You ever had mono?
Almost missed my wedding with it.
Well, I had mono when I was a kid. I couldn't leave the house all summer. And, Ricky used to come visit me every day. I was supposed to be sleeping. He'd sneak in the house. My other friends, they'd come too, but, well, they really couldn't wait to leave and go play ball. But Ricky would stay with me. He'd read me the sports page. He'd smuggle in some McDonald's, and I don't know. Every time I want to strangle this guy, well, I see this 12-year-old kid with scabby knees sitting there trying to pronounce Roberto Clemente and figure out a box score.
Jack, can I see you a minute?
I'll be right back, dude.
Jack, listen, can I get the casket back in the hearse?
You pull me out of a meeting with my lieutenant to ask me that?
What, did you want me to ask you in front of him?
All right, go ahead. I'll push it through.
Oh, that's great, Jack. Thanks. See, we have a procession on Saturday. I would have had to rent a U-Haul.
Great.
Nice, huh? Like somebody was dissecting a frog.
You smell any cologne in this guy, Dusty?
No, Jack, not even close.
How long's he been dead?
Well, he was in a dumpster for 12 hours. He's been dead a lot longer than that. Guy's been embalmed, Jack.
Yo, Cindy, is Mr. Mulligan in?
No, he's not in yet. He's not answering at home either.
What, you think Mr. Mulligan's looking for a new driver? Look, you tell Mr. Mulligan when he calls that I got the car back and Mr. Ramirez's casket. Car casket, 2 C's.
Oh, well, if Mr. Mulligan calls, I'm going to ask him what to do with his 9 o'clock appointment. They've been waiting for almost an hour.
What, do you mean that Mr. Mulligan is late and he forgot about an appointment all in one day?
Now, there'll be no problem scheduling a viewing at my home later on
This afternoon?
We'll have Mr. Lawrence drained and dressed in no time. Don't you give it a second thought.
Philip, what is this young man talking about?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, and your cousin Tara is waiting for you.
Hey, cuz, come on in. Could you put this through for me, Cindy? It's just a big sale. I forgot to give these to you this morning.
Oh, thank you, Ricky. They're lovely.
This is the El Dorado Series 3. This is top of the line.
I suppose I've never quite grasped the concept of building such an elaborate remains container for the purpose of burying it in the earth forever.
Well, don't forget you want to impress your friends. And Mr. Mulligan only uses the best materials, stuff like cotton. Listen, Tara, you know when something just clicks?
Like a toggle switch?
No, I mean when everything's going your way and you know it just can't get any better.
Where's Jack? I thought he was to meet me here.
No, he's going to join us for dinner, he said. Anyway, I just don't see how Mr. Mulligan is not going to make me a partner after what I did this morning.
Ricky, why did you call me to meet Jack here when Jack never said any such thing?
Why? Oh, you mean why?
I don't appreciate being lied to, Ricky. You didn't have to do that, I still would have come.
Boy, Jack tells me that all the time. And he means it, too. I mean, he comes whenever I ask him, even when I know he's mad at me. I'm just worried that he's not going to come anymore, Cousin Tara. I don't want to lose Jack, too.
You're not going to lose him. Mad or not, he cares a great deal for you. You have a family history together. Well, like those baseball scores you used to read him.
Oh, did he tell you about those?
Nobody thinks about them the whole time.
I don't know what I'd do without Jack. I mean, he's always... Well, the other family, they think I don't know about that family circle thing last month that I wasn't invited to. They think I don't know, but I do know.
I'm sorry, it must make you sad.
Well, see, I could be an important part of this family if they let me. That's why I'm so close to Mr. Mulligan, because I needed a family of my own.
I can't speak for them, but I can tell you, you'll always have Jack.
Hi. Might you be Mr. Mulligan?
No, actually I'm not. Mr. Mulligan's not here, but come on in. I can help you, too.
Oh, I'm sure you can. But, we'd like to talk with Mr. Mulligan. Are you expecting him?
Well, he's off today. And I am Mr. Mulligan's partner. Well, not quite. But everything that Mr. Mulligan knows about this business, believe me, boys, I know, too.
That's an interesting fragrance you're wearing. It's alcohol-based, isn't it?
I think she likes the way you smell, mate.
Yeah.
Go, Ricky!
Oh, hey, how you doing? Well, here, going. Cousin Jack Breslin. Hey, Jack, we got really big trouble, Jack. Big trouble.
This must be Cousin Ricky.
Yeah, you want to give me a minute, Dusty? Look, your troubles are over, Ricky. You can tell Mr. Mulligan that we found Ramirez.
Oh, that's great, Jack. Listen.
What?
They got Cousin Terrell.
Who got Cousin Terrell? What are you talking about?
The guys from this morning, she smelled them out and they got her.
Came back to where? Mulligan's? Well, what the hell was she doing at Mulligan's?
Well, no, Jack, she just showed up. Where was she staying around? She's family. She's all the family we've got.
Will you go around the other side?
I don't get it. This one's clean, too.
I hope she's okay, Jack. I could have taken her both out, but I was afraid what they'd do to her. Jack, come on.
I lay him down nice. and easy.
Oh, look at this inventory, Jack. Mr. Mulligan.
Bodies the car open. Now, where's the girl?
You want to be more specific, Chief?
You want to stop calling me Chief? Now, where's the girl?
Oh, wait a second. These aren't the guys. The guys that I saw, Jack, they had accents.
Well, maybe these guys have friends, right, guys?
Hey, can I get to my wallet?
Yeah, one hand. Make it slow. What kind of cologne are you wearing?
I'm allergic. Hey, how about you tell me how much we owe you when we settle for
Hey,
cash?
forget about it. What do you think? You come in here, you hack up the merchandise, and you offer to pay up when the cops bust in? Come on.
Jack, really? What crime?
But what can I do, Jack? I mean, should we talk to Taraz and own associates and check out our local hangouts? You want me to put out an APB on somebody who doesn't exist? Well, just tell me what I should do.
Look, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm the only thing she's got, and I've got to do something, Vic.
Well, we've got an APB out on Mulligan. I mean, apparently he never made it home last night and didn't show up at work today. That's about it, pal. Huh?
Later, Chief.
You cut these guys loose? How could you do that, Vic?
They paid for their damages, and your cousin Ricky wouldn't press charges.
Well, they've got Taraz.
You don't know that, Jack. I mean, you had no business bringing them in the first place.
Look, they're out there hacking up caskets. Somebody's hacking up bodies. Now, you don't think there's a connection?
Hey, we can't arrest people on a possible connection.
Well, then let's make one up. Now, what were they doing out there anyway? Come on, Vic. We both know that Jimmy Monero's lieutenants.
Hey, we can't book people without cause, Jack.
Well, I've got a cause. Taraz out there with some guy in his butcher knife, and our only link just hit the door.
What'd you do with the coke, Mulligan?
It should have been there. It's always in the casket. It's always there.
Hey, Tony and Al almost got busted looking for him.
You calling Tony and Al liars? Huh? I mean, are you saying that the stuff was there and they're not telling me?
Oh, Mr. Monero, please. How long have I been doing this for you?
Well, that's what I've been thinking about. You know, you've been here for 4 years. I've been sending my money down to Espinoza. He's been sending the coke up, you know. So you think to yourself, hey, you know, maybe I'll just take the coke just this one little time, and I'll tell Mr. Monero I lost the shipment, huh? Now, come on, how tough would that be?
No, I didn't, I swear. I mean, whoever took it must have figured out what was going on.
Take a zero off.
Ricky, it must have been Ricky. He's the one that took the stuff.
Who's Ricky?
Who, that moron Hearse driver?
You know this guy?
We met.
Pick him up.
Mr. Monero!
We've been bloody fools. The blow wasn't in the body. It's in the damn casket, the actual casket. We're running out of time. Monero must know by now there's been a double cross.
I don't like people staring. You like to stare?
What? Don't hurt her just yet, mate. We need her to make us a phone call.
Yeah, Bresley.
Jack, it's Tara.
Where are you? You okay?
I went to make that deposit at the bank, like you asked me, Jack. And I saw Ricky. They want Ricky, Jack.
Well, why? What for?
I don't know, but they'll kill me, Jack, if they don't get Ricky.
Corner of Edgware and 3rd. There's a payphone. 20 minutes. Sit down.
It's all my fault, isn't it, Jack?
Not all your fault to get having anybody.
Well, losing Mr. Ramirez or getting cousin Taraz kidnapped?
What do you want me to tell you, Ricky?
Nothing you can say. I got you in trying to this mess, and whatever happens to her is my fault.
Hey, nothing's gonna happen to her.
But what if it does, Jack? I mean, I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You gotta start thinking more, Ricky. All right, kid?
I try to think, Jack. I'm always letting people down. I let you down. I let cousin Taraz down. I don't want to talk about what I did to Mr. Mulligan.
12 minutes, love.
Oh, you think it's really a good time for this? I mean, can't we do your banking, like, later?
Sarah said she made a deposit here.
What, you don't trust her?
I think she's trying to tell me something.
Excuse me, hello, hello, hello. Anybody see a pretty blonde girl, weird clothes, sort of a funny accent?
I think I've seen her, officer.
Oh, yeah?
She was in about an hour ago.
Well, did she say anything or leave a message? Was she with anybody?
Just her 2 kids. She didn't say much of anything. Her hands were so full.
Wow, thanks. I don't understand why she would send us here.
I don't know, Jack. I don't know. Jack, look at that.
Oh, look, you want to give me a break, Ricky? I'm trying to think.
Would you just look
a
at this,
minute.
please? Would you just look at this, please?
Come on, let's go.
You don't say much, do you? Is that to appear more menacing, more dangerous? All right, then. We'll just sit here and stare at one another.
I told you, I don't like people staring.
Let me come with you, Jack. Maybe I can help.
Just sit here, don't do anything.
Come on, Jack, let me do something.
You can breathe, that's it!
Just a few more minutes, then.
If you don't mind my saying so, you two have a very interesting relationship.
Really now? How so?
Well, it's obvious that you think yourself the brains of the outfit. And your friend here, as your dim-witted muscle man.
You must want us to make a real early start on you.
And from what I understand, he lets you give orders only because he skims money off the top. Isn't that right?
I'm gonna cut her tongue out.
I mean, I understand about sharing in the money. But sharing your women? I mean, Angela sounds like a very sweet girl. But why would you let your friend have her in the sack?
Now, hold on. Can't you see what she's trying to do? She's trying to stir us up. I think I'll have a beer before the fun starts.
Jack, look out!
Think anything? I mean, you have any better idea what's going on than I do?
Jack, yes, I almost forgot in all the excitement. The talkative one mentioned something about the blow not being in the body, but being in the casket all the time.
Whoa. These guys are looking for coke?
No, Jack, I said they've been looking for blow.
No, coke. Cocaine. It's a drug, and it's the closest thing I've heard to an explanation so far. Oh, no. Well, Ricky's gone. I told him don't do anything but breathe. How could he screw that up?
You're worried something happened to him?
I don't have that kind of luck. Come on, let's go.
Get him out of here. So you get anything from Stryker?
Yeah, Stryker and his partner work freelance for a top-drawer drug dealer named Jose Espinoza.
Apparently Espinosa is someone who earns a great deal of money transporting illegal blow from a place called Colombia.
You see, Espinoza and Jimmy Monero had an operation running out of Mulligan's funeral home. Now, Monero would give money to Mulligan, who would stick it into a casket, ship it down to Espinoza. Espinoza would get the casket, take the money out, get another casket, fill it full of coke, send it back to Mulligan, who would then turn it over to Monero.
They're using corpses to do their smuggling. Nice touch. So why carve up Ramirez and those other bodies?
Double cross down.
Stryker knew the coke was traveling in Mr. Ramirez's casket, but he believed it was inside Mr. Ramirez.
Since he couldn't find it, he figured he screwed up. So he took apart all of Mulligan's customers.
Well, that's some screw up. So, hey, where you headed now?
To find Ramirez's casket.
It's not anywhere. I looked everywhere, and it's not anywhere.
Well, it's got to be somewhere.
No. Yesterday, it's got to be somewhere. Not today. Today, Mr. Mulligan doesn't show up for work for the first time in 7 years. Today, I come back from lunch, and all of our caskets have been destroyed. And now Mr. Ramirez's casket is missing. Oh, maybe it's with Mr. Mulligan.
Maybe you should take a couple of days off. Unwind a little.
Jack, wait a minute. This morning, Ricky was telling me what a great day he was having. What a big sale he just made.
Well, come on, even Ricky wouldn't sell a used casket.
You're lying to me, Ricky. I swear. Just don't touch my ears, okay? The casket you're looking for has got to be the one I sold to Mrs. Lawrence.
Excuse me.
Oh, hi, Mr. Lawrence.
Get the stiff out of there.
What? Mr. Vaccaro, how sweet of you to come.
Listen, Mrs. Lawrence, I have some good news and some bad news.
Oh, my God. What's happening?
This is the good news?
Wait, Jimmy, this guy weighs a ton.
Help him!
Philip.
It's just a little mix-up, Mrs. Lawrence. I'll give Mr. Lawrence a better casket. It costs too, I swear.
Hey, come on. Go ahead. What are you doing? Get out of here.
Anybody else here got a comment they want to make?
No, sir.
Well, I don't see nothing.
Stop complaining. Just get the stuff out of there.
All right, hold.
Police! What's the matter, Jimmy? Forgot how to count?
Listen, I got an idea. Let's make a deal. What do you say?
Deal?
Yeah,
You want to make a deal?
Yeah, let's make a deal.
Okay, here's the deal. And you, when you get home, cross my number out of your phone book.
Boy, Jack, you can sure fit a lot of that stuff into one of those C-111 stretches, can you?
How could you do it, Ricky? How could you charge that lady 10 grand for somebody else's casket?
Well, Mr. Ramirez was scheduled for cremation, and I just figured... I was wrong. I mean, I thought a big sale would help me out with Mr. Mulligan, but I was wrong. I mean, what I did to Mrs. Lawrence and her dead husband, it's just about as bad as what I did to you and Cousin Gerard. Maybe not you, Jack, but I was wrong, and I understand that. I really do, Jack.
Well, good. I believe you. I really do.
He does, Ricky. And so do I.
Thanks, Cousin Sarah. You'll see. Today's the start of the new Ricky Riccaro.
Mrs. Lawrence, what's happened?
That man on the sofa, it's not my husband.
Boy, are you sure, Mrs. Riccaro? I took care of that myself, and I could have swore that... Maybe that's where Mr. Biederman's been all this time.